is Jitka Mozna and I'm the captain on Airbus A320. I have approximately 7,500 hours total time and 6,500 is on Airbus. I started as a glider pilot when I was 16 years old, 25 years ago, and I just became obsessive about flying. I was only thinking about flying. I was reading the books about glider flying, and I had dreams with flying. And when I was walking on the street, I had a head up, and I was like watching the planes and hitting the people coming, passing through. So when I finished all my licenses and when I did ATPL Frozen, I was admitted by Jitka Airlines to become a first officer on Dornier. And when I passed my last interview the other day, there was the terrorist attack in New York, and they decided to put us standby. So I was flying as a first officer for a small company. And in the next 2 years, I became a first officer on ATR for Jitka Airlines. I was flying 1 year on ATR, and then I jumped to Airbus, where I am now. I was flying for several years for them, but there was a seniority and it was hard to get a captain position, so I left the company and I was flying for some other companies like Asian Aviation Express, and then I decided to go to Small Planet Airlines. Small Planet Airlines gives you the opportunity to grow and to get experience. For example, in winter, last winter, I was flying in India. In spring, I was in Saudi Arabia. Then I spent summer in Europe, flying in Europe. And now I'm going to Canary Islands and later on maybe to Cambodia. To be honest, flying in Europe and flying in Asia compared to Middle East is very different. The ATC is very different and all the customs are very different. And if you spend some time on different places and flying there, this is real experience. Mostly very well. I usually open the door and let them after the flight and let them look at the plane, so they get more trust in flying. And I have chocolate and several pictures from the passengers. But also happened to me that one guy told me that if he would know there is a women captain, he wouldn't come. But he sit and he didn't leave. So I think it's getting better and better. And if you meet professionals, they will take you the same way, they will treat you the same way as a man. Some people, they think that you have lack of technical knowledge. You are just doing something and you don't know what you are doing. But if you will not listen to that and you will do your work, you will prepare for every flight, you can convince them that you can do this work as well, the same way as men do. When I was flying for Jitka Airlines, there was one captain, and I saw that he doesn't believe me at all, that I'm able to sing in the plane and that I'm able to fly the plane. But then I went for a simulator check with him, and since that we are very good friends. So you just have to prove it. I would recommend to everyone who is going for an interview to prepare very well, to find as much information as possible from the friends, from internet. You can find now many information on internet site, and I would also recommend to read about the company, how many planes they have, bases, where they fly, the history of the company. because they might ask for that and they like if you know something about them. I like the flights which are not regular, where you have to prepare a little bit for the flight. When it's unusual, you need to gather information and you have to prepare it something else. Maybe flying in NAT is interesting. Taking the plane for a winter project, it's very interesting. That's what I like. You would be surprised, but many pilots spend their free time flying. Flying the small plane, flying glider or flying the small plane. I used to do it as well, but now I have 2 kids, so I spend free time with my kids. First of all, the plane. I like the plane as technically. I like the plane, and I like to study for the type rating. I like to study the systems. And second, I like to travel, even if I stay at the destination just 1 or 2 hours. I like this traveling as well, and I like to be high. I like to see the world from perspective and get rid of all these small problems which are on the ground. As a pilot, I have been, I think, everywhere in Europe. I have been in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Morocco.